This cow could make a lot of butter. That cow is made from lots of butter. Demonstrative pronouns. This, that. We have them in English and they've got them in Greek as well. Demonstrative pronouns. That's what we're going to look at this week. And this is just a short video to focus on the forms. This and that. They're singular, near and far. These and those, plurals, near and far. So two variables, either near or far, singular or plural. So that gives us four instances. So looking at the near ones, this and these, singular and plural. There's a masculine, a feminine and a neuter word, and the endings might already start to look familiar to you, like the os, like logos, and like phone, and then the toys, a little bit like doron, but it's maybe best if we compare them to articles. So looking at the demonstrative pronouns, but comparing them with personal pronouns, there's potential for getting these mixed up, so you'll need to review your personal pronouns. But personal pronouns basically have this out. So out with the personal pronouns and in with the demonstrative pronouns. And a lot of them begin with a tau, like tutu, tuto, tuton. I'd like to use a laser pointer, but the PowerPoint doesn't allow me to record this. It'd be useful to have a laser pointer or an arrow or something, because I just want you to notice that depending on the endings, that the vowel sound which follows the first tau will match. So tutu, or tuto, uo, or tuton. These final u or o or or in the plurals as well, the ois, and own, etc. They influence the first vowel, so that's a u. Now that's for all of these masculines except for the nominatives, which don't have a tau, but they have a rough breathing mark instead. And because the final vowel os and oi are kind of an ot sound, they begin with u. Looking at the feminines, here's the personal pronouns, out with the personal pronouns. And again, demonstrative pronouns beginning with tau mostly. And again, what I was saying about the final sound. So if you've got tau tes, tau te, tau ten, the air means that there's an ow in the first syllable. And in the plurals, the ice and as, either an air or an as sound means that the first syllable is ow. Different for the plural genitive, because the final sound is o, so it adjusts. The first syllable is u, two-tone. And as with the masculines, the feminine nominatives don't have a tau, but they have a rough breathing mark instead, and they adjust to the final syllable, so out, or rather hout. And with the neuters, the personal pronouns, again, out with the personal pronouns, in with the demonstrative pronouns. They're all taus. They all begin with tau. And they're mostly toot, aren't they? To match the o or u or o or oi kind of sounds. But the plural nominative and accusative in the neuters, the demonstrative pronouns, are tout because the final syllable is alpha and it matches those. So some things to notice, but you've got to memorise these demonstrative pronouns. And as always, the plural genitives are owned. They're all, masculine, feminine, neuter. They all look the same. So it might be best to compare demonstrative. So it's probably best to compare demonstrative pronouns to the article. And they're identical, except for the masculine singular nominative, not an o ending, but os. So masculines and neuters follow a second declension ending, and feminines follow a first declension ending, like phone, like the article. Now, we all love a good game, don't we? So, spot the difference. What can you see? Oh, yes, the clocks are different. And Grandma's got a pin in her hair on the left and not the right. And on the left, there are 2 bananas, not 3 on the right, etc. Really, the point is, we could go on. There's a difference between personal pronouns and demonstrative pronouns when we're looking at particularly the feminine and the nominatives, right, in singular and plural. So here's the feminine on the left, the feminine, the personal pronoun, third person, feminine singular nominative, our te, she, and how te is a demonstrative pronoun, this feminine singular one, this one. And notice that the only difference is the personal pronoun has a smooth breathing mark and the demonstrative pronoun has a rough breathing mark. Likewise, in the plurals. Our tie is they, feminine singular nominative, and how tie is these women, feminine plural. And again, it's the smooth versus rough breathing mark, which is the only difference. And so that you've got to be particularly careful with these ones. There are more to distinguish the masculine. So autos and hutos, he and this masculine singular one, smooth, rough breathing mark difference, but also there's a vowel difference. So there's a little bit more to go on. Well, that's the focus on the near ones, this and these, they're close, singular and plural. But now that and those, the far ones, singular and plural. And they're easier, these ones, because they all begin with ekain, every one of them. That makes it easier. And they have the same endings as the near ones, masculine, feminine, and neuter. Here's the table, and again, I'm comparing that to the demonstrative pronouns to the articles. And again, just notice that the masculine singular nominative is different to the article. But apart from that, they're fairly easy. If you look at that, you're familiar with those declension endings, and it's just that one beginning ekain. So a lot easier in the far ones. It's the trickier one will be the near ones. There's some potential for confusion with personal pronouns. Well, that's the forms, and we'll be thinking in class together about uses and doing some practice around that.